Okay, welcome everyone. This is the fourth video for our house events application for ASP.NET MVC code first. And previously we worked on the migration. So this videos I'm preparing for our group. Okay, so where we were, let's see. So previously what we did, we create two different classes, event type and event. Just have a quickly look this one, event type. Simple Poco class with a byte event type ID and a string field for name. And the event class is actually having a couple of more properties. Let's say event ID, primary key, application user is actually the our ASP.NET identity class, which is okay. And then there are two property, date time and event type ID, which is actually a foreign key to our event type. So actually I forget here to add the application user ID property, but I will come back to here, that one. Then we extracted the application DB context, which was actually inside our identity model.cs files. And if we look into the identity model.cs file, so this file is neat itself and it has only one class, application user. But there is a problem, because if you see here, the class name is application user, but if you match with the file name, it is identity model. It's not actually, I don't like it much, doesn't make much difference, but let's adjust this one. As I mentioned earlier, I am using DevExpress code rush, that's why you will see these menus here, but you can do it all this manually. So here it is rename file to match type. I will select this one, voila, and this is now the application user. This was a quick fix. And if we go to the application user class, let me go there, go to definition, and oh sorry, identity user. So here we have property identity user, string name, and okay, I will leave this one as it is for now. Let me go there, one more driver, if maybe quickly I can go there. Okay. So if we see here, these are the actually properties which directly the ASP.NET MVC template added here. So here we have a string username, and actually I'm interested in this property username. Let me just go back, close these ones quickly, application user, and let's go back to the event model. So here you see we have this property application user host person. Like event type ID, which is the primary key of our class event type, I can use a foreign key here. I can mention myself what foreign key I need it here. Anyway, I will leave it as it is for now, and we will come back to it later. So this looks fine, and let's go and do our migrations. And actually I am just leaving one important thing here on purpose. Just keep this class in your view and I will come back here. So package manager console, and let me type add migration, and I will simply say create event table. And so couple of moments, and then we will have our first migration here. Okay, so here if you see this one, this migrations, you will see that it is showing up other our initial changes related to the tables which are directly related to ASP.NET identity, ASP.NET user, rows, blah blah blah, all these tables. But if you notice that our event type and events are not there yet, because we haven't mentioned them in our application DB context. And identity, because this application DB context is derived from identity DB context, so the first thing it noticed automatically that okay, these were the tables which we need to generate. Okay, so let me do one thing. Actually I could do this one all together, but I definitely would like to make a separate migration here. So if you see here, we have user ID is a foreign key property, and if you see user ID is a string, max length of 128. Okay, Anyway, just update the database and a few minutes. Okay, so migration works fine, and quickly we will have a look here. View, here it is, Server Explorer. No, sorry. Data, and here click show all files and double click this one. So tables, and you see all these tables which were there in our migrations already are now created. So our code first migrations are successfully translated to our physical tables here. Okay, so save it, and as I said, make small database changes and and check this in as soon as possible. So identity tables created, and yeah, let me check this in. Next step, now we would like to add two more tables for our event and event type. And if I go there in package manager console and try to add migration event tables, actually the name of the first migration went wrong, but I was not sure that I did not created those ones, those ASP tables. Anyway, see, these are empty. The reason is that we need to add these tables in our application DB context. So here we will come. Let me just make a little bit of room here for the. So what we need to do here, we need to here add public DB set. DB set. And if you come here and click this small icon using system.data.entity and event, I will call them events, and one more DB set for our event type. DB set, event type, event types. That's it. So having these two lines in place, I would like to now perform the migration again. But if you notice that I already used this event table, and and this one was initially the empty one, so I can do one thing here, that come back to this one event and use the force switch. So this is our updated migration. Notice here that we have all these properties which we defined in our model are translated in the SQL commands, and yeah, I think everything is fine. Let's click update database. Okay, what it is saying, let's review. That's really funny. I used the database. Anyway, it happens. And if I now go to the table, right click and click refresh, you will find that both my tables are here. So event ID, date time now, and host person ID. This is the foreign key which entity framework generated for me, and event type is simple tables. So that's it. We successfully created two tables. We added those ones to in our application DB context, and we were able to execute the migration successfully. So now again, checking these changes. Uh, Event tables created. So that was it. And in the next video, we will go and build our first basic view. Stay tuned. Bye bye.